Alright, screw it. I'm just gonna talk. I always focus on these edited videos and this like high production stuff, but you know what? I'm just gonna try and just talk. I think ideas is what matter the most, and if you can resonate with something, I think it's the most valuable video. All these jump cuts, all these cool edits, yeah, sure, they can keep your attention, but I feel like it's only if the idea is not good and doesn't make you listen. So anyway, let's just try this type of vlog videos. I'm gonna try to post a few if you like them. If these actually perform better than my very well edited videos, I don't know. Please prove me wrong. Please make sure I keep on doing these type of videos. Anyway, let's get to the topic. Today I just wanted to talk about, it feels like every producer's goal is to become full-time and to do it full-time, which is an amazing goal. It's awesome. If you can do it, I know a lot of producers who do it full-time who are super happy. They don't have their own boss. They don't have, they do music, they do what they love every single time. But is that really for everybody? I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm part-time, right? I have a full-time job. I have a career that I actually enjoy. It's, in financial field, and I like climbing the ladder there. I like wearing a suit to work. I like, doing that stuff. I don't mind it. And I also love doing music. Every time that I don't have that work, weekends, whatever, I love just sitting in the studio and doing music. And I feel like if I was doing it full time, there would be so much pressure to accept projects, even if I don't like them, bend over in certain situations to please people just because you need money to survive. I love the fact that I have a full-time job that supports my rent and all my food, and my fridge is full and everything's great, and I don't have to worry about paying bills, and I can enjoy making music. Instead of always saying yes to artists coming in or whatever, it's like I choose my artists that I want to work with. Literally, I don't have the pressure of having to charge an artist. If I like their work, if I find them here in the city of Toronto and I want to reach out to them and be like, hey, let's work together, it's not that I want to do work for them. I literally want to collaborate as an artist. I also sing. I love making music in harmony with an artist. I love hearing their ideas. And that allows me to do music in such a beautiful fashion that I think everybody should experience. I don't, I know people who are like, to be a successful producer, you need to do it full time. So I'm gonna quit my entire job, all my income, and do music full time. Great. But you know how many times people just come back to getting a job because it's hard to get things running. And I'm not trying to demotivate you. If you have that drive, if you see a path and you stay committed, I'm sure it'll work out. It works out for a lot of people. But all I'm trying to say is it doesn't have to be that way. It's okay to do music part-time, not worry about bills, do it without pressure, and do it for the purpose of loving to make music, which is exactly what I do. If you're in a position right now where you're like, oh, I want to do this full time, I want to quit, try it. Maybe you can take a leave for a month from work, maybe use your vacations and fully focus on doing it full time. And if that works out, amazing. But I like the situation. It alleviates a lot of pressure for me to not worry about, oh my God, when can I do this full time? I feel like if it naturally happens, then great. But I love working with local artists in my city who, we work on music. They still release it. We still credit each other 50-50. There's even the artist that performed a song live on stage, and I went to my hometown, not that far away, and listened to it. It was such an enjoyment, and it felt like a collaboration. It didn't feel like you did a job for an artist, that's it, they paid you, so they don't owe you anything anymore. It was more like, let's work more, let's make more music. So if you're ever feeling under that pressure, quitting your full-time job, I think the best way to transition to doing music full-time is to grind. Do full-time work, do that so it covers the bill so you don't have any pressure. In case everything falls down, you still got a job. You can always do that and do music as a hobby. Keep on working and work on and do music on weekends. Try to get placements if that's what you really want. After work, try to reach out, on weekends, work on music and work with artists, do all that. You gotta grind. I don't believe in the idea that you gotta quit and just jump into the fire and hopefully you survive. Because unless you're great, unless you already have connections to work full time, like 90% of the people don't make it. Work until until you see your music picking up and you feel like there is a potential. You're consistently been getting, let's say, paid or something, especially if you're a content creator. Like, I don't chase placements. I'd rather work with the music tech companies, put out content, because I also love putting out content, and earn some of the money from there. And anything I earn there, because I have a full-time job, I'm able to just use that money towards my business, towards funneling certain things, or buying gear and making even better music. That's why I'm not worried about getting placements. I'm not worried about, oh my God, how am I gonna make it tomorrow? I just love making music. I come into the studio whenever I want. Sometimes I skip a couple of days not coming into the studio and I just do my thing. I play video games, whatever, you name it. There's no pressure, because work is sort of supporting me. And the fact that I actually like my job is very helpful. So if you're obviously in a situation that you hate your job and you can't wait to quit, it's life. You gotta grind it through and you gotta work day and nights. And, if you're starting off your own business, you're gonna be working 24/7. You're gonna be losing sleep, right? So with anything that you wanna make it on your own, you gotta grind. So I think, I'm going to keeping my job, my full-time job. I'm not telling you what you should do, but I'm going to keep my job and I'm going to do music whenever I feel like without any pressure, because that's where the most beautiful music comes out, in my opinion. And if the music picks up, if my channel picks up where I see an opportunity for it to be full-time, I won't quit my job right away. I'll take a little break and then maybe, quit if it works out for me. So don't fall into the pressure of having to be a full-time producer to be a successful one. A successful producer to me is somebody who creates projects and music that they absolutely love. And if you can put it out, amazing. Put out the music, get better, make it for the love of making music. Don't chase this idea of having to quit your job to be successful. It's not true. I've been successful in my way, and I've been loving my job and I've been loving making music. Anyway, random thoughts. Let me know if you like these type of videos. Leave your comments on what you think and chat later. Peace.